house with an AK-47. Yeehaw. What's up, y'all? This is RealmBreakers, and we hit back with another video discussion, talk about some very something that came to our mind like a few days ago, and trying to get ready, prepared for it. So today we're doing our top 5 favorite anime transformations. Basically, the coolest transformations ever. Something when a character turns into something cool, something big, or just gets a whole new form, just destroying shit, reaching out. It could be like a good transformation or a dark type of transformation. So we're gonna get on with this, bro. So you wanna go first?
Before we say anything, I would like to say Happy New Year's, YouTube.
Happy Year.
This is the very first video that we're making for 2016, and the reason why we chose this is because we figured it would be a good way to start off the year, because everybody doing this whole new year, new me bullshit, and they think they can transform, if you get what I'm saying. So we're using this as a means of saying transformations, people who really transform and shit, but whatever. We're gonna let Spike Nation go first with his decision,
Alright.
And before this list is consisted of the top 5, but number 1 we both agree on, and that's how it should be. So yeah, Spike Nation, go ahead with yours.
My number 5 would be Maka from Soul Eater. And we all know that Maka had various transformations. She had Genie Hunter, Witch Hunter, Demon Hunter. She had so many different scythe modes and different scythe transformations, and they all were really awesome. But my favorite transformation was Genie Hunter. Even though it didn't work, it was like basically like the coolest form. Well, basically, to me, the cool, because in the manga she got another form where her scythe had like piano keys on it, but Genie Hunter was like the coolest one to me. It was huge. It was just this big scythe with multiple blades, and it was rainbow colored, and she could handle it like she could swing around like it was a damn stick. It was just, it was weightless. It was just the coolest, maybe like one of the coolest weapons I've ever seen, technically, because I never really liked scythes. Like scythes were never really like one of my favorite weapons or whatnot, but after watching Soul Eater, like scythes became like my number 5 favorite weapon. So yeah, I'm good with Maka.
My number 5 will have to go to Sasuke from Naruto, which was part 1, and by that I mean his curse mark. And that curse mark, the first time he did it was when he was going up against those people from the Sound Village, and he broke the dude's arms who can make air propulsions come out of his palms. And like basically everything about Sasuke's curse mark, it literally just screams badass. Like the black flames like on the side of his face, and the purple chakra that emits, and his curse mark level, I think it was level 2, where he looked like he was like a full-fledged demon, and his freaking wings looked like hands, which was like ridiculous when he was fighting Naruto. I would have to say that those were some I would have to say it was a pretty good transformation for me to start off the list. It was pretty good. I mean, like I liked it, and the fact that it didn't technically control him. It was like a boost of power because he was still intact with it and everything. And I think the curse mark they had was like the Heaven Seal curse mark of what they gave him. Yeah, I think it was the Heaven one they gave him. And I like it. And even though he lost it in Shippuden, it was still like one of my favorite transformations of all time. So yeah, I'm good with Sasuke.
My number 4 would have to be Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh. Technically, Yami was just nothing but his like ancestor. But when every time he dueled and every time he transformed into Yami, it was just always epic. It was always like a Super Saiyan type transformation. It was always epic. It was the stance that he took, his face, and how serious he got taller. And then the fact that it was like a whole separate like personality, and it was just really cool how the fact that whenever he did it, whenever Yugi was in a duel, every time he transformed into Yami, he was just it was intimidating because everybody excluding like final like big head boss type guys, it like surprised everybody. Like, how did he? What the hell? Like, it took Kaiba to like the end of the series to figure out that, hey, that's a separate personality. But it was just the fact how intimidating it was to know, like, oh man, this dude just transformed on me. Oh my god, I might lose. So yeah, that's my boy Yugi.
Number 4, we have to go to Inuyasha. His demon form, when he fought that demon, like, I think it was the same demon that where Sesshomaru took his arm and used it for himself for a while to, like, ride it away. But his demon form was just awesome. Like, his bloodlust, where his eyes turning red, and he got like the purple like scratches on the side of his face, and his fangs grew, and he just became like a total badass. And he was ruthless. And that's the one thing I liked about the demon version of Inuyasha. He was ruthless, even though he couldn't really control it, which I technically don't understand, because he was half demon, maybe the human version. I don't know, because Inuyasha, like, in the beginning, he was an asshole, and I wouldn't get why he couldn't control the demon within him. Like that's still confusing me. Like, why is it that it was hard for him to control his demon form, even though he was a half demon? It wasn't like the demon was implanted in him. Well, in a sense, it was implanted in him, but that's a whole other conversation. No, it's not. But basically with Inuyasha, I like his demon form, and I like when he transforms into his human form, but what the hell is his original form? I mean, is he fully human? Fully demon? If he's fully demon, how come he doesn't keep his personality than how he does? I mean, like, it's a very contradicting transformation, but overall it is a very good transformation, which is why I choose him for number 4.
My number 3 will have to be Naruto from part 1. One-tailed Naruto was just so ruthless and such a beast, and when it happened for the first time, it utterly just made Naruto maybe like my third favorite character in Naruto. I mean, the whole him running on 4 legs, and the whole him just like being able to extend his arms and make his body parts huge, and like with a roar you can set off a shockwave. It just blows mountains and shit away, and you could fly kind of low. You could stretch your appendages out. He was technically invincible to a degree, because he was taking everything Sasuke was throwing at him, and his power was just overwhelming. He was just a total total monster beast. Just the fact, the speed, the agility, the tacticalness that he had. Even though he fought with the strength and the tenacity of a beast, he still technically had some of his mind as Naruto, because some of the moves and stuff, and a lot of the moves and stuff that he was doing had to be thought out. So yeah, that's Naruto.
Number 3 for me would have to be Teen Gohan, where he goes Super Saiyan 2. Now, I'm not picking this transformation because of the cliche, oh, somebody's gonna choose Super Saiyan sooner or later. But the thing is, with Gohan, he was a peace-loving kid, a very peace-loving kid, and he didn't, and like, even though he fought Cell, he kept saying, I don't want to kill you, but I know you won't stop, so I have to kill you. So I know you won't stop hurting my dad or any of my friends or family. and he understood that. But even though he still kind of held back the rage that was inside of his hidden potential, it had to take the death of Android 16 for him to unleash his Super Saiyan 2. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't he the first to ever go Super Saiyan 2?
He was, well, Goku technically did it too, but Goku doesn't have that hidden potential that Gohan has.
Exactly, which is why Gohan is such a good character for me, and he is like one of my favorites in DBZ. Hopefully he gets his shine in Super, but still, his Super Saiyan 2 transformation from when Cell killed Android 16, and that's another reason why he made it on this list, because of how he transformed. Because he barely knew Android 16, he barely knew him, and seeing the death of something like that, even though he knew that 16 was trying to be a peace-loving android, he still bursted. And that also gives him some connection to his father, because when Goku was a kid, he made friends with a Android 8, or who goes by the name of Ader. And when he got destroyed, Goku literally just exploded with rage and started wrecking shit. And with that's why Gohan Super Saiyan 2 is number 3 on this list.
My number 2 had to be Ren Himura from Monster Strike. For Monster Strike, Ren technically had 2 transformations, and he had 3 separate personalities. And his regular personality was just him hanging out with his friends, but his second personality was he breaks the fourth wall and he like talks to the person watching. And his third personality is when he starts to play MS Monster Strike, when he starts to play the game, when he starts to summon his monsters, his hair goes from brown to red and he instantly just becomes a badass. Same thing with like I said with Yugi, it was intimidating. It's like a whole new person. But when Ren turns into his MS side, or MS Ren, his hair is red and he's like a perfect pro at the game, and he's tactical and he's thinking wise. Basically he's Kirito. Fighting wise, he's tactical and good strategies like Kirito. But yeah, his hair's red, he's more happy, he's more confident, he's more overall, like positivity wise, he's a lot better than his regular, self, hanging out with his friends, shy kid self. And his other personality, when he's talking to us, that had him has a totally deeper voice, and just it's a whole nother. But he has 3 different separate voice actors and whatever. But Ren has maybe one of the most unique character transformations to me, because you never know which one is gonna pop up, So yeah, that's for me. My number 2 is Ren.
My number 2 would have to go to Tsunayoshi Sawada from Hitman Reborn. And the reason why he made number 2 on this list is because even though in this list, excluding Inuyasha, when Tsunayoshi Sawada transformed into a 0-point breakthrough, he literally calms down. Like when he's normal, he's so nervous and jittery and he just goes everywhere. But when he transforms and gets ready to fight, he's calm, he's collected, and he's really like focused on battle. He's more like focused on the battle. And like his moves, the X burner and all that stuff. Not to mention adding the cambio formas and all those are pretty beast. Like, and not to mention him finding out that he's like a direct descendant from the very first Vongola family, which was pretty beast. I think everybody was a direct descendant from the first Vongola family, which made that very interesting. And even though Suna is number 2 for me, me and Spike have chose number one, and number one we both agree on
Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach.
Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach. We have to admit that Ichigo Kurosaki, from both our lists, must have the number one spot. And the reason why he would have the number one spot is because, well, he's gone through so many transformations.
Yeah, he's had his original Zanbakuto was, the huge Zangetsu. He's had his second transformation where his Zangetsu changed again, and it's always in its Shikai. That's why it's so big. His Bankai, which is totally different from his base form, which was just him in a black suit with a black katana. His speed was immaculate. His third transformation was basically him. His Vasto Lord. I'm skipping something. His visored form, where he's in his Bankai, but he uses his hollow mask, and he's like more ruthless and faster, and he just black and red aura everywhere. His hollow form, his Vasto Lord-esque form, with the hollow form with his the black Zangetsu, so with the black Tenza Zangetsu, and his big horns where he shoots massive Ceros out.
He fought
Ukiura. His other transformation in the Fullbring arc with his new Zangetsu and new Bankai. His new Zangetsu was his Shikai new Zangetsu. He had like the black had the X marks on his hand, and he was taller and thinner, a little buffer. He in his new Bankai with the black and the white, it was shredded, and he had like the black and white X's going down his chest, and Tenza Zangetsu was longer, maybe almost Sephiroth size, and it had like the sharp fins on the back of the sword. And then we got his Stern Ritter or Fark. The Quincy arc, the Yuha Bach arc, where he has he's black, and where he has his black gi, and he's dual wielding a small sword and a bigger sword. The small sword is his Quincy powers. The bigger sword is his Soulful powers, and he has like a white shoulder pad with like red marks in it. He's taller. He has a new. He doesn't use Getsu Gatenshu no more. He does Getsu Gachinshaho, which is an X attack. We've yet to see his brand new Bankai, which Bleach is still going on. He has not used his brand new Bankai yet.
And we have not yet to see any transformation, because seriously, even though you're telling Ichigo, oh, he can't come back to the Precipice world, because if he does, it is destroyed. Well, I believe Ichigo probably has one more transformation up his sleeve.
Yeah, I think he has his new Bankai will have to. Wait, we forgot one. We forgot Final Getsu Gatenshu.
Yeah, Final Getsu Gatenshu. But it could be easily forgotten because we didn't really see much of it.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like the final Getsu Gatenshu, so basically it was supposed to be like here and there, because after he did it, he was supposed to lose his powers.
And not to mention his so-called future self, where like his sword's literally attached to his hand.
Yeah, that basically he was like, oh, this is me 20 years from now, So when he was just him was just completely utterly awesome. His whole attitude, his whole demeanor was just, I don't give a fuck. His whole demeanor was like, he was so powerful, he could close his eyes and see miles and miles away. And when he did it, he was like, okay, Karin and Yuzu are okay. And he could swipe away with his hand, just swipe away level 90 Kitos. Like, level 90 Kitos, those are Kitos that are supposed to be like god-like status, like stuff that's supposed to be
like Black Coffin. He can easily brush off Black Coffin, one of Aizen's favorite Kitos to use.
And it was just
Ichigo now is just he's like an ever growing caterpillar. He's just keep changing, keep changing, keep changing. And eventually he's gonna be that. Eventually, when Bleach ends, he's gonna be that big, huge, and mega powerful, beautiful butterfly.
I guess. But anyway, that's us, y'all. I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you like, please give us a thumbs up. It really helps. Comment below what were some of your favorite transformations in anime, and we'll catch you guys later because we gotta get to work on another video. So that's us. You guys have a good one.
Subscribe.
Peace.
Turn it up, I'll get the floor.